Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News Midday starts now.
Good morning and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 11 a.m. I'm Danielle Kern.
And I'm Mike Hart. We begin with a funeral in Delano. This is live pictures from inside St. Mary's Catholic Church for services for fallen firefighter Captain Ramon Figueroa. He was killed in the library fire along with Patrick Jones, part of the Porterville Fire Department, just last week. This ongoing service began just after 10 o'clock this morning inside that church, and we are currently live streaming these services that you can watch.
Let's bring in 23 ABC's Alyssa Flores now. Get a quick check of that forecast as we really start to warm up outside.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting warmer, but I don't know. I would still say 66 is where we're at in Bakersfield. That's still maybe cardigan or jacket weather if you're headed out for the lunch hour. We're looking at 66 right now in Bakersfield and 60s up in Delano and McFarland right now as well. It's certainly warmed up from this morning down in the Grapevine. Looks like we're not measuring anything in the Grapevine right now, but Fraser Park, we're looking at 47 right now. Out in the desert, 50s and 60s at this hour. Let's see. Our radar is showing that cloud coverage has really cleared out since this morning. So yeah, you will see clear skies, but still a little bit chilly outside for the lunch hour. As far as the highs today, we are going to be warming up to 75 here in Bakersfield. 70s really through the valley throughout the day that we hope to warm up to. 73 in Delano, 73 in McFarland. Out in the desert, you'll be warming up into the 60s, low 70s. It looks like 71 in Ridgecrest, 70 in China Lake. But although these temperatures look pretty warm, we are going to be seeing a cooling trend into the weekend, even a possibility of rain. So we'll show you that coming up.
Also happening right now, county officials have just started to discuss the upcoming fiscal budget for next year and the challenges ahead for the Board of Supervisors. The county administrative office started by asking the various departments to, quote, maintain the status quo for now. Officials said they appreciated all the work that was done over the last 4 years to get on, quote, better financial footing, but the lack of growth in property tax revenue is once again hurting the county. The presentation was highlighted by comparisons with other counties around the state and the lack of growth here in Kern that is impacting salaries and coverage, medical coverage for first responders and county employees. We're going to have more on this meeting coming up later today. And also later today, supervisors scheduled to consider $500,000 in funding for the new low-barrier homeless shelter. It's part of a proposed agreement with the city from the general fund. Supervisors are scheduled to vote at their 2 o'clock session on whether to approve that funding.
If you have questions lingering about the construction of the high-speed rail, now's your chance to take part in a Q&A session in Wasco. Officials with the California High-Speed Rail will discuss Construction Package 4, which is the third construction contract executed on the initial operating section of the high-speed rail program. The project is located within the Tulare and Kern counties. Officials will answer any questions related to construction activities, project scheduling, and traffic management, and provide information about employment opportunities. The meeting is today starting at 5:30 at the Wasco Community Center.
2 more women have come forward alleging that a former KCSO deputy sexually assaulted and harassed them. It's according to court documents that were obtained by 23 ABC. In those documents, a woman filed a report with the sheriff's office claiming that former deputy Michael Clark went into her place of employment looking for her. She said she was lying behind the cash register on her break trying to take a nap when she claims Clark laid behind her and tried cuddling with her. In a separate report with KCSO, another woman told investigators that Clark started calling and texting her, trying to start up what she called was a sexual relationship. She said she told me she wasn't interested, but Clark reportedly sent her sexually natured text messages anyway. She also told investigators that Clark would park near her home for no reason. Investigators were able to determine that was true based on GPS from Clark's patrol car. He appeared in court Monday accused of sexually assaulting a woman in his patrol car in August. He pleaded not guilty to 2 felony charges of stalking, 1 felony charge of sexual battery, and assault by a public officer. He's set to be back in court on April 29th.
The Kern County Sheriff's Office is warning locals to report suspicious activity and be aware of their surroundings following multiple robberies within the last few days. Officials say some may involve the same suspects, but most are believed to be unrelated. Last Tuesday, officials say two Hispanic men in their 20s armed with a shotgun robbed a man selling corn at the corner of Quincy and Robinson Street. On Thursday, the McDonald's on Merle Haggard was robbed at gunpoint. One of the suspects, armed with a shotgun, fired a shot into the ceiling and got away with cash, but thankfully no one was injured. On Saturday, the cigarette shop on Olive Drive near Highway 99 was robbed by a white man in his 20s or 30s. He was armed with a handgun and left with money. There were also 3 other robberies in East Bakersfield, Taft, and Buttonwillow. If you have any information on any of these crimes, call KCSO at 861-3110.
Earlier this year, a local school district was hit with what they said was a ransomware attack that impacted computer systems and shut down their phone lines. In light of those events, a new bill has been introduced in Sacramento to try and strengthen school cybersecurity and protect children's privacy. On January 10th, if you remember, we told you about the Panama Buena Vista School District that was hit with a computer attack that left children's personal information exposed, as well as taking down their email services. There is currently no plan between the state and school districts to respond to incidents of cyber attacks, leaving districts extremely vulnerable. Local Assemblyman Rudy Salas has introduced Assembly Bill 2326 to strengthen cybersecurity protocols by increasing coordination between the state and school districts.
The Kern County Grand Jury has released its annual report on the city of Shafter, including recommendations for how the city government should change moving forward. The grand jury found that the city of Shafter is committed to its residents and displays forward thinking in areas of finance, industrial growth, and education. The grand jury does recommend that the Shafter City Council should annually reconsider converting to a district form of representation to better represent the city's residents.
Today is National Pancake Day, which means free pancakes at IHOP. But while you're there, you're encouraged to donate to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, which includes Memorial Hospital right here in Bakersfield. And as 23 ABC's Daniela Garrido found out, there's a good reason for you to want to stretch that waistline today.
Grayson was 2 years old when he was diagnosed with Langerhans cell histiocytosis. It's an autoimmune disease that causes cancerous lesions on and in the body.
On National Pancake Day, IHOP gives out free pancakes, but they also help raise money for local families like Grayson's.
This is pretty much the life that he's known since he was 2.
Kids like Justin.
Every day is a new challenge. I'll never fully understand how to handle diabetes itself, but every day is just one step closer.
And moms like Janine, whose 13-year-old daughter was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Our whole life just kind of went up and just changed so quickly. And the Children's Miracle Network just reached out to us as soon as we got there and wanted to know if we needed anything, let us know they were there for us.
The Children's Miracle Network has helped 28,000 children from the Lawrence Small Children's Center at Bakersfield Memorial Hospital.
You know, Justin has an autoimmune disease, Grayson has an autoimmune disease, Lexi has an autoimmune disease, you know, so as moms, we get it. We know what each other is going through. So when we're struggling, we have each other to lean on.
And it was really more of just the support that they gave us that made us feel so like you need that support. You're going through so much. It's all very shocking. You don't know what's happening.
The money raised stays in Kern County and helps upgrade resources and expand facilities for these kids.
If they're able to raise funds and get the equipment here locally, then there won't be as much travel for us. You know, we travel 2 hours away just for him to be treated.
Since 1983, the Children's Miracle Network has raised $5 million, but it's also given kids at 170 hospitals a platform for their conditions.
And so it gave his diagnosis purpose. So for him, it turned something that is tragic and, you know, can be somewhat tough to deal with. It turned it into a positive.
From Bakersfield, I'm Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Meantime, in other news, the celebrations for Black History Month will wrap up this weekend. The annual Black American History Parade is set for Saturday downtown. Organizers say there will be music, dancing, food, and lots of live entertainment. It's all free and open to everyone. It's happening Saturday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. and it all steps off right outside our studios at 21st and V Street.
Still to